Hello my viewers and welcome back to my channel. Subscribe because you will find my videos interesting. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that you don't have to miss on our interesting conversations. Tap like and don't forget to be part of the conversation by simply sharing your thoughts on what you think about this video. Get ready for a fascinating exploration as we look into a recent debate surrounding the identity of Black individuals in America, often referred to as African Americans. Now, in a video that sparked controversy, a palm-color woman sheds light on the notion that the term African American may not encapsulate the true roots of the Black community. According to her, some argue that this label was imposed to obscure a deeper truth, which is that the palm-color man has pinned it on them to try to keep hiding their true identity. They want them to think they are African. Now, she goes on to say that Black people are the true Hebrew Israelites, challenging conventional narratives and even asserting that the divine itself is envisioned as Black. So join me in this eye-opening journey where we navigate through layers of identity, history, and perceptions, questioning the labels that shape our understanding of heritage. I will be right back.
Actually, I would kind of like to apologize for the comments that they're saying to my videos, because I didn't intend to bring this kind of stuff out either. When I learned this, something inside of me was pulling at me and was telling me to put this out there. And so I did it because, like I said, something was telling me to do it. So I did. And like I said, as far as waking up the race, I don't know. Maybe given time, some people will stumble on my video and they will be just as ignorant as I was, and it'll help wake them up to see the truth. So that's what I'm hoping. So second of all, I do want to clarify too that I know that the Black people that are here in the United States now are not African. I know that. The term African American is what has pinned on them. Basically, I feel to try to keep hiding their true identity. They want them to think they're African, so they won't find out who they really are. So I know, and I wanted to clarify that I know the Black people here are the true Hebrew Israelites. I know that. So let me just get that out there and clarify that. Also, something interesting that some people may not know is that actually Africans, they don't like the Black race that's over here. They don't like them. They hate them. And the only thing that conclusion that I can come to is that because the Africans know that they're the true Hebrew Israelites. They know they're the chosen people of God. So therefore they hate them. That's the only reason, the only conclusion that I can come to. So I just wanted to clarify that I do know that they are not African. Just because the man got them from the continent that we now know as Africa doesn't make them African. I mean, okay, I live in America, but I'm not American. I mean, it was not my choice to be here, and I don't like it here. Simple. I mean, that's just being honest. So, like I said, just because they were brought from the continent of Africa doesn't make them African. And I wanted to read something. It's from a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. And if you can get this book, I would encourage it because it's really interesting. There is a paragraph, here on page 84. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of Black Jewish slaves. So that shows you right there exactly how the Hebrew Israelites got into Africa. And it just reiterates my point about them not being African just because that's where they were at. And also, one other thing is, it's not coming from the Bible, it's coming from the Bible dictionary. And under Ham, it says, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. Now this is the key point. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So anybody who wants to try to say that the black race, they come from Ham, that's not true. That is not true. He was a progenitor of all the other dark races, just not the Hebrew Israelites. Also, I want to clarify too that I know Christ is black. I know it. I tried to bring it out in my video. I don't know if I didn't do a good enough job, but I do know that. And I don't think he's a man with a gun. I don't think he's Arab, and I know for sure that he's not blonde hair and blue eyes. So I also wanted to let everybody know I know Christ is black. So just wanted to get that out there. And lastly, some comments about, oh, just the girl trying to worm her way in. That's not my intention either. I'm not trying to come in at the last minute and say, oh, let me grab onto the coattails of the Israelites and maybe I can get in too. It's not going to work that way. What the Most High has prophesied will come to pass. And he has prophesied that I will be a maidservant in the next life. So the Bible says he's never changing. So no matter what I come in and say or do at the last minute, it's not going to change that. He's prophesied I will be a maidservant. That is what I will be. And honestly, I don't care. That is fine. Whatever the Most High sees fit for me is fine with me, as long as the Israelites get their justice. Because, like I said in my last video, if this had happened to people, then they would want justice. You know, it's only fair. People made them slaves in this life, so the next life they should get their justice. And so, like I said, what the Most High has in store for me is fine. It's fine, trust me, as long as the Israelites get their justice.
Alright, let's now get into the intriguing facts raised in the video. We explore the assertion that challenges the term African American, the suggestion that this label might not accurately capture the ancestral roots opens a door to a deeper inquiry, the notion of being Hebrew Israelites, and that the divine is envisioned as black. These are all thought-provoking perceptions that invite us to reconsider historic narratives. Let's examine these claims, seeking a nuanced understanding that transcends conventional labels and offers a fresh perspective on the rich tapestry of heritage. Now, everything that she said is truth, but it wasn't herself that got out those words. It was the Most High that caused her to speak these things. Proverbs 20:24, it says, man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Now, she didn't understand why she needed to do what she did. The words that she spoke, the truth that she spoke, the Most High caused her to speak those things because it's true. And the truth has to go out there. John 8:32 says, and he shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Because some of our people, they won't listen to people that look like them. It has to take their oppressor to tell them the truth for them to believe it. So now you heard it out of the horse's mouth. You are the real Hebrew Israelites that was brought over here to America and sought onto your innery. You're not Africans. The Most High put a difference. You are the children of Israel. And another fact that she made, Jesus is a black man. He's not a palm color man. They took this Bible and they changed what Jesus looks like. But this is his true identity, what he looks like. Revelation 1:14 says, and his head and his hair was white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes were a flame of fire, and his feet like polished brass, as if he had burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So he wasn't a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Christ. That's made up. I have one more scripture. This is Romans 8:16, and it says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. So it's the Most High Spirit that gonna bear witness with your spirit that these words that you hear are the truth. and he's going to bear witness that you are the children of Israel. Now, the assertion that the term African Americans is a construct used to divert from the true ancestral origins is a perspective held by some. Proponents argue that assigning a broad label like African American oversimplifies a diverse community with roots in various regions. They suggest that emphasizing an African connection might be a way to avoid addressing the specificity of individual histories and cultures. While this viewpoint challenges conventional narratives, it's essential to recognize the complexity of identity and the ongoing dialogue surrounding the terminology used to describe communities with African heritage in America. Expanding on this perspective, proponents often highlight the diversity within the Black community in America, pointing to the multitude of ethnicities, cultures, and histories encompassed. The argument contends that by solely associating them with the broad term African American, a nuanced understanding of their unique heritages is lost. Some argue that this labeling may have historical roots influenced by a desire to maintain a degree of control or to simplify the narrative surrounding the complex history of slavery and migration. Now, while the assertion made by this palm-colored speaker lacks widespread scholarly consensus, there are historical factors that contribute to the debate. Some argue that during the era of slavery, the forced migration of African peoples to the Americas led to a disconnection from specific African cultures and identities. As a result, tracing precise ancestral roots became challenging. This historical disruption, combined with the diverse origins of enslaved individuals, has fueled the debate over the appropriateness of the term African American in encapsulating the complexity of their heritage. Scholars continue to explore these historical intricacies, emphasizing the need for a nuanced understanding of the diverse narratives within the Black community in America. It's important to note that while some individuals argue against the term African American as a broad label, there's a range of perspectives within the Black community. Many embrace the term as a way to assert a collective identity and highlight the historical connections to Africa. Scholars also emphasize the significance of acknowledging the diversity of African cultures and contributions to the shaping of the African American identity. Historically, the forced migration during the transatlantic slave trade disrupted the continuity of specific cultural practices and identities. This has led to a complex relationship with heritage and a varied understanding of ancestral origins within the Black community in the United States. The ongoing conversation encompasses not only historical perspectives, but also contemporary discussions about self-identification, cultural pride, and the importance of recognizing the multitude of ethnicities and backgrounds within the broader African American experience. We finally come to the end of the video. What do you have to say? Share your views, comments rather, in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video as I bring you another interesting video.